guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something a little different. Today is going to be a very kind of talkative, chatty video. I want to give you some tips on what I use to grow my hair long and healthy. So why don't you go ahead and go get your snack, your water, your wine, whatever it is that you'd like to drink and snack on, and come with me throughout this video as I show you and share my tips for growing long and healthy hair. Now, a little bit about me, some background information. I have been 6 years natural. I gave up the creamy crack about 6 years ago. As a matter of fact, it's my hair anniversary. It's been 6 years in, and my hair has been flourishing. I've had some setbacks. I've had some good times, and I've had some bads, but the goods outweigh the bad. So I just wanted to share with you on the things that I've done, and maybe you can incorporate those into your journey. So this is going to be definitely a teachable moment. But before we go ahead and get into that, I need you to do me a favor. I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Yes, you. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And also turn on your bell so you can receive the notifications every time I upload a video. Okay, guys, so here goes. And if you see me going this way, it's because I wrote some notes. I don't want to forget anything, so I just want to go ahead and jump into it. So these are my 10 tips for growing long and healthy hair. So tip number 1, you have to reduce the amount of heat you put on your hair, ladies. Like, your hair is not going to grow if you continue to iron, press, curl your hair every day. Keep in mind, heat is a drying mechanism, and you need your hair to be moisturized in order for it to grow. So if you're continuously putting heat on your hair and drying your hair out, it's kind of like a no-win situation. Your hair will never flourish and it won't grow. Dry hair eventually breaks. So if you continuously to put heat on your hair, it will break, and breaking hair doesn't grow. All right. Tip number 2, get a routine and be consistent. When I say a routine, whether it's weekly or monthly, I know for me, weekly I do a co-wash, and then monthly I do a cleansing wash, and we'll get into that. So if you're having a routine, you don't have to worry about what you're going to do with your hair. It creates a regimen, it creates a flow, it creates consistency. And when you have consistency, you have results. Tip number 3, and this is what I just mentioned, co-washing. I know when I started out in this natural hair journey, co-washing was the thing. And then to this day, I still co-wash. I actually co-wash with a conditioner. I mean, I just still do it. Now we have so many other options. Back in the day, or 6 years ago, I don't say back in the day like I'm old, but we didn't have as many options, you know, and co-washing was the thing, and I still use it. I just co-wash with a conditioner. I actually use the Aussie Moist conditioner. It's been working. I love it. It has an enormous amount of slip, and I'll also link a video here or down below where I talk about my list of favorite conditioners and natural hair products, and that's actually one of them. I use that to co-wash with. Let me see. And keep in mind, most shampoos have sulfates in it. And again, sulfates are drying. And that goes back to what I was talking about, heat. If sulfates cleanse your hair and it dries your hair won't be moisturized, and it'll eventually break. So all of this stuff works hand in hand. So try to stay away from those shampoos that have sulfates. So tip number 4, while you're creating your regimen and you're doing your washing, always incorporate deep conditioning. I deep condition my hair at least once a week. Now, your deep conditioning are those conditioners that either are like a mask, or you have to put it on your hair and you have to put like a cap or heat to them. You would want to do your deep conditioning, because your deep conditioning, it actually adds moisture to your hair, and it makes your hair soft, and it makes it supple. With the deep conditioning also, no leave-ins. Keep in mind, these are your mask type of conditions. These are the ones that kind of sits on the hair, and they're washouts. Tip number 5, this is what I use all year round. It's called the lock method. I think I mentioned this in my previous video as well. It's LOC, which stands for liquid oil, and cream. And basically after your washing regimen or your deep conditioning regimen, I always incorporate the lock method. Lock basically is a liquid, which can be a leave-in of a water-based leave-in, an oil. It could be an oil of your choice. I normally use my DIY oil mix. And let me know if you want to see that video, because I can produce that video for you guys. And then for cream, I normally incorporate the Cantu leave-in Shea conditioner or the Shea Moisture's Jamaican Castor Oil conditioner. Those work great for me, and the price point for me is perfect. It's insane. So lock method. Okay, tip number 6, protective styling and low manipulation. Whatever you choose your protective styling to be, whether it is a wig, whether it is braids, whether it is buns, do it. That's what I've done throughout this journey. Most times when I'm doing my weekly wash or my monthly wash, I'll stick with either probably like a twist out, a braid out, which are kind of protective styles, or I do a bun. And I've been doing the crochet braids as well too, which has worked for me. And that reduces the low manipulation, meaning you're not always in your head. You're not always doing this or trying to style your hair or brushing it or combing it. And stop thinking you have to try so many styles. I know it's tempting to try to do your hair with so many options out here, especially with Instagram and YouTube. You just kind of want to incorporate those styles in your hair, but you have to be mindful that you can't always do your hair all the time, because the continuous tear and the combing and the brushing, it actually breaks the hair, which is really crazy, but it just does. So tip number 7, this is just standard. You just have to embrace your curls. It is what it is, ladies. Your curls are what they are. You have to love them. You have to accept them. It's almost like reprogramming your brain. What you think your hair is going to look like, it probably won't in your mind. You know, if that makes sense. It's almost like, don't set your expectations too high. That sounds kind of crazy, but it's true. Like, you just have to embrace your curls. Whatever your curls are, if you're on this journey, you have to learn what works for your hair. Tip number 8, trims and dusting. Now, this is kind of like a situation where I've done on an as-need basis. When I see that my hair is kind of raggedy at the ends or requires a trim, I'll do so. I do get a major trim once a year from my stylist, but in between time, I incorporate the dusting. I also have a video on that. I'll put that in the link down below or somewhere within the video so you can check that out as well. So I do a trimming. I just look at my ends, and if they look janky, I go through it and I dust it. That helps the hair. Split ends will actually split up to the hair, and your hair won't grow, ladies, and it'll just break. So that prevents your hair from growing. So I definitely recommend the trimming and the dusting. Definitely a major trim at least once or twice a year, which I normally do one. And in between time, I just incorporate a dusting, which is, it works well for me. And my next tip is love your satin pillowcases and your satin scarves, ladies. I know at night you get home, you're tired, you don't feel like wrapping your hair. I get it. And that's why I have a satin pillowcase. Some days I'm just that tired and I'm that lazy. So I would just lay down, you know, it's at no fault of your own. So I get it. So important to have a satin pillowcase. And of course, when you're having extra, you know, you feeling good and you feel like you want to wrap your hair, incorporate a satin scarf. That will protect your tresses and it prevents breakage. Last but not least, tip number 10. Be patient with yourself. This is a journey. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. A journey takes time. There is no quick get your hair long cream, grease, oil, shampoo. You have to figure it out. You have to figure it out along the way. Just like any journey you have in your life. It's the same thing. And you just have to pack your patience and be be kind with yourself. Show yourself some grace. Everybody's hair grows at a different rate. So don't compare your hair growth to anyone else's. You know what I mean? And everybody has different hair textures and types. Don't compare yourself. So, yeah, those are the things that I've incorporated in trying to get my hair to flourish, get my hair to grow, and tell me, what is it that you use to get your hair to grow? And share some tips with us. I mean, we can learn from each other, so it'd be great to hear from you. So yeah, that's basically it, good people. I just wanted to come and share with you that information, and don't forget to like this video and come back for the next one because we got goodies coming up, okay? All right, guys, until next time, ciao.